I don't think there's a better S15 lineup than Oka-chan's out the front of Yashio factory. Normally there's a third pink one there, but it's probably parked in the driveway. Seriously, his daily, which by the way is on 19s, very, very cool. But there's just something about these things that, like, plain pink looks great, but when you've got livery on there, it really comes to life. Anyways, gonna head inside, get straight to work on the S15. So like we spoke about in yesterday's video, we're going to be changing all of the arms in the rear of the S15. So camber, traction, tow, all of them are getting ripped off. And then we'll get this thing aligned, and then hopefully we could actually take it for a drive today and see what it starts to, like, actually get a feeling of what it feels like on the road. I'm pretty pumped. So we're gonna smash this, get the wheels off, set up a time lapse, and just smash it as quick as I can. We'll go from there. So as you would have seen in the time lapse, we got the new arms in there, Yashio factory, nice pretty blue ones, all ready for the alignment. And now, while Fukusawa-san's a bit busy finishing up this customer's car, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take all of this stuff to Up Garage, get some more cash monies for Oka-chan. So you know what that means? We get to drive his pink race car truck. Let's go get it. Here she is, guys. This thing is seriously awesome. Like, full keyless entry, suspension seats. Also, I'm downing a whole bottle of pink grapefruit juice. Stuff's pretty good. All right, we ready, lads? We also found out what was wrong with the old truck. Turned out like the whole injector pump and stuff blew up on it, so that's why it was broken down the other day near my house. Anyways, it was a fun day, so I can't really complain. This thing is seriously awesome just because it's automatic, AC's amazing. It's even got this like little detection thing, so when you're driving on the highway, it'll tell you if you like go over the line because you're too distracted by the TV. It's pretty good. All right, anyways, let's stop distracting myself by filming, and let's load this sucker up. All right, so we just made it to Up Garage. Let's see how much they're gonna give us for this cage and arms. Place your bets now in the comment section. I reckon we'll be lucky if we get $200 for all of this. So I just got my ticket, and you guys won't believe this. There's my old body kit up there, all on the wall. They want $250 for the front fenders, $200 for the rear wing, $100 for the rear fenders, $200 for the rear bumper, $200 for the front bumper, and $100 for the side skirts. I got $600 for everything I gave them last time. They're selling that entire kit. But let's have a look. 250, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $1,000 due month. They're selling the entire body kit for $1,000. So while waiting for my number to be called, I figured I'd get a drink, and I noticed two of my favorite coffees here. Georgia Max coffee and Georgia the Premium, and they're both the same price. Ooh, I haven't had a Max in a long time. Yeah, I gotta do the Premium, guys. I have to. Premium over Georgia Max. Some of you lads are probably like, whoa, Georgia Max is like amazing. I can't believe that you'd pick that over that. But you don't understand until you've had the Premium. Time for that coffee ASMR time. Oh, that was a good pop. It's probably pretty icy cold. That hits the spot. I didn't see this last time I was in this Up Garage, but they've definitely got some pretty good parts. Seems like they definitely got a lot of JZX fenders. It's actually pretty awesome. Wow, a lot of JZX fenders. That's really handy. So if any of you guys at EBC with your JZXs have a front end brain, you can get a whole bunch of spare fenders here apparently. They got a whole collection of different colors too. This is a pretty good spot. R33 GTR wheels for about $600 for the full set. They're not that bad condition either, but I mean, you'd probably definitely want to like clean them up and paint them. The gutter rash is pretty minimal too, it's pretty decent. 9J front and rear plus 30, so they're a pretty decent wheel for pretty much anyone getting into drifting, especially for fronts. Very good wheel. Okay, we are done. We got $220 for the cage and those old crappy arms. Honestly, it's totally fine by me, and I'm sure Oka-chan's gonna enjoy the extra cash in his back pocket. But what was really funny was I was actually able to barter with them this time. At first they were like, $200, and I was like, come on, man, like, full cage, it's got a sidebar, like at least a little bit more. And he was like, oh, okay, how about 10% more? And I was like, all right, sweet. So we got an extra 20 bucks out of him, which I think is a pretty big achievement. I've never been able to like barter with the guys at Up Garage before, and that time I did, so worked out pretty well. So let's head back to the workshop, get the car aligned, and hopefully go for a little rip. So we're back at the workshop, setting up to do the alignment, and it feels really like exciting because it finally feels like the car's getting to a point where we're going to be able to start getting it on the street. We're getting it registered next week in Shuckend and everything. It's yeah, it feels amazing. I'm super excited. But one thing that I wanted to show you guys is the knuckles that are on here. We don't know who made them. They seem pretty good, but me and Oka-chan noticed something just before. The acronym on this seems really aggressive. So as you can see, this is the leading one right now because we've got them turning to the, well, to my left, but it's technically turned to the right. See how much angle the leading wheel has compared to the trailing wheel? So it looks like there's a lot of acronym in these knuckles, and we're not sure how it's going to handle. So after the shakedown, we'll kind of decide whether or not we want to, you know, take these knuckles off and get a pair of Oka-chans on there. If you guys are wondering about Oka-chans, like the Yashio factory knuckle and whatnot, Oka-chan actually made the knuckle and then gave permission to Naoki and Burst and everything for them to make their own knuckles. So Naoki's knuckles are actually the very same knuckle that Oka-chan created, which is actually kind of cool because Oka-chan's knuckles are not only sold by Yashio Factory, but Naoki, and sold in the States as well, and they're all the same knuckle, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, if these knuckles don't work out that well, and they feel really weird, because we just don't know what they're going to do until we try them. We have no idea who made them. There's no, obviously, branding or anything like that on them, and they're just pretty much the standard welded and shut. They're not painted or anything, so no idea. But yeah, after the shakedown we'll know what to do, and if they feel all right, we'll keep them. But I don't think I've ever driven a car with that much acronym, so kind of curious to see what it's going to feel like, because I know like on my Skyline I have like 0 acronym on that, and that's pretty aggressive and fun. Anyways, alignment time. Let's get this dialed and then go for some street rips. If you're not familiar with this type of like alignment kind of setup, is the car goes on the hoist and then the car kind of gets put on these grip pads and special stands, and then the hoist gets lowered so the hoist isn't holding the car anymore. You can see there's a gap between the hoist and the car, so all the weight is on top of this. And then obviously all the machines, the rear ones are wireless, the front plug in, and everything kind of lines up and talks to the computer over here. We put the monitor on the ground so we can see everything, just because if you put it there you can't see it from the other side of the car. But I find what's really interesting is you need to lock the brake into position so that obviously the car doesn't roll forwards or backwards, and they've got a special like tool for that. They also have a special tool to lock the steering wheel, which I think is kind of cool. But yeah, see the tool, how it like presses against the brake pedal and then winds in and presses up against the seat? It's kind of unique. And then later on I'll show you the steering wheel lock, but it kind of does the same thing. It presses down on the seat and holds the wheel up and locks it into place so that it doesn't move. It's kind of, it's really interesting, because then, you know, you can do alignments with just any hoist. You don't need a drive on, drive off hoist, you know what I mean? It's kind of cool. So we're dialing in the front camber now, and we already did this side. We maxed it out, and I'll show you what we're doing, but we're taking the bolts out, and you can move them back one slot, which then gives you another roughly like 1.5 degree of camber. So we did it on the left side, and you can see we've got 6.47, so like 6.5 degrees of negative camber. And currently this one was maxed out where the bolts were, and that's at 5.54. So about an extra like 1 degree of camber we're gonna get just by taking these bolts out, and the first ones are moving them back a slot. You can see like how close the center nut here is smashed up against the strut tower side there. So we got some pretty nice looking Onikan, if you guys remember what I taught you, that's the phrase here in Japan. I'm gonna tap that over and then lock her in place. I'm pumped, man. This is so cool. I'm learning so much about alignments. Like, I've really struggled understanding alignments and caster and toe and stuff like that in the front end. I've never been able to understand the front end of stuff. The rear I kind of had a good grasp on, but really starting to learn. So you see, the more and more he taps on that to max out the camber, we're getting closer and closer to the same. And see here, we're at 6.5. I leveled out 6.5 on the left-hand side. Keep bashing on that until we get the same result. Okay, so Fukusawa-san's just finished dialing in the alignment, and I've got the numbers here on my phone to tell you. So let's start with the front. So front, -7 degrees of camber, caster 5.3, and toe -4. And then in the rear, we've got -1 degree of camber and toe set to 0. And that's pretty much the standard setup of how Oko-chan gets his S15 set up and everything for drifting. Obviously, if you're doing time attack and stuff like that, different setup, but that's pretty much all he changes. The cars themselves are like set up suspension-wise and stuff like that, very similar to grip and drift. So very excited to take this thing for a quick spin around the block. It's getting dark, but should be fine. Okay, so as we finished the alignment, we were checking to make sure we were getting full angle, not contacting on the caster arm. And then we made a little bit of a discovery. We forgot to cut and trim a little bit of the side skirt here to make room for the wheel with the setting of the camber and the caster and everything like that. So we're just gonna make a nice little trim through here. I'm gonna mark it out and cut it with the buzzsaw. And I think that's what it's called, I don't know. And then we should be good and not contact on that anymore. So let's get done. So Oko-chan left us, he bailed, went home on time, but me and Fukusawa-san, we're burning the midnight oil, trying to get this thing done. We are so determined to take it for a test drive and see what it feels like. But we also realized, hey, we haven't changed the engine oil, the transmission oil, or the diff oil, and this thing sat for like 10 years. So we're doing that now, although the engine oil actually still looked brand new in there. So that was a plus, and it didn't kind of scare me or anything. It came out still all golden. There was no blackness to it whatsoever. I'd show you, but we drained it straight into the oil pickup kind of thing there. But as you can probably see here, it's all nice and gold just there sitting in the top of the engine bay. There's not like black or anything like that, although I'm sure the G7X struggled to focus on that as per usual. So also, you guys will be happy to know I'll be changing cameras again shortly, so don't stress about it. Not much longer, and then we'll have a camera that actually focuses fast. Anyways, so yeah, we're going to finish doing the oil change, but because this thing has some really weird gearbox catch can set up with this thing here, you would try to fill it from here, but it'd just take forever. So we're just taking the shifter out and filling it up through that. As you guys know, probably a lot of you Nissan fanboys will know, you can just fill your transmission from the shifter point. So that's what we're going to do. And diff is already done, so we just got to put engine oil in her, transmission fluid, and then we'll take her off the lift, take her for a spin, see what she's like. Well, lads, we did it. We're driving her. Now, we're not going to go above 5,000 RPM because we haven't been able to check the tune yet, but this feels good. Very nice. We'll get a bit of speed just so we can see what it feels like. A lot of things rolling around like interior pieces inside. Feels good. I think we definitely need to adjust like the damper settings. Oh, the brakes are a bit spongy. We need to probably machine the rotors and maybe bleed it. Feels pretty good. Alignment wise, feels great. Yeah, we definitely need to probably bleed the brakes and check the pads and the rotors. Otherwise though, she feels great. Oh man, I'm so excited. We'll get Oko-chan to check the settings, make sure the boost controller is all set up right for the amount of boost we need to make. And then this thing's pretty much making 450 right off the bat. No rubbing issues in the front, it's good, the cuts worked. Oh, that flutter. Sounds so good. Okay, so we're just closing up the shop now. Definitely well worth it. We got this thing idling to try and put some more charge in the battery because it's been running pretty low. But damn, every time I look at this car, it just makes me, I can't believe we're building my own version of that. It's gonna be so sick, so excited. We'll just give her a little pop for the boys. Hey, little pop. Just a little one, just a little one. Yeah, we definitely need to check that tune. She's struggling on after acceleration, but I should put enough charge in there for her to start up tomorrow. You can listen. Hear that turbo still spooling? Oh, I can't wait. Take this thing out for a good drive on the highway and shake down at the track. It's getting sooner and sooner. Oh, so excited. So just finishing up at Yasuo factory, starting to head home. What an epic day. We got so much done. Got to take the S15 for a little drive. I am so happy. We are so close to being able to do a shakedown on that thing, and literally next week on Friday we are planning to take that thing and get shuck in, which is registered, get it plates. I'm very excited. I can't wait. Oh man. We're now home, and on the way home I picked up May and we did some pulls, and something sounded weird, and I was like, my boost is kind of not there anymore, and I was like, so May, do you wanna do that little thing that I just asked you to do? See if we can get in there and you guys can see it. Hang on. Let's get this light in there. Yeah, can you guys see that big tear in the coupler coming off my turbo? Yeah, move it back, push it backwards and forwards. Yeah. See that big ass tear there? Yeah, oh, there we go. There we go. You can kind of see it there. I think you can see it.
Wait, is it this one? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big tear there. So yeah. Coupler is gone. I think it got too hot and rubbed up against something. So
I mean,
not a big deal.
I don't blame it. It was pretty hot.
Yeah. I mean, it's also lasted like 2 years too. So yeah, it was also the wrong size one too. So I just kind of like tightened the crap out of it. But that's all good. We'll get another one. I'll order it on Amazon tonight. It should be here tomorrow morning if I'm lucky. Good, because tomorrow, is it going to rain? Shouldn't tomorrow. Should be a good day.
It's gonna rain.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Damn it! Well, if it doesn't rain, guys, we're working on the Skyline. We've got some GK Tech goodies to put on and a bunch of other stuff. I can keep driving with the boost leak because I'm obviously, you know, part of the Superior race running an aftermarket ECU with a map tune, so I don't need an airflow meter, so boost leaks don't worry me and hurt my engine. So that's a win. All right, I'm talking too much. Let's go inside. So I started editing the video and then realized halfway through I never shot an outro. So here we are shooting an outro, and running a bit late today. It's nearly 3 a.m. Yeah, so I need to finish this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell me in the comment section what you thought and any input that you have. And yeah, also tell me if you're excited for S15 skids, because it seems like it's happening sooner rather than later with Shuck-In just around the corner in a few days. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe again, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Jamata.